If you're not already familiar with the Ahrefs URL rating, also known as the UR rating, it's basically just showing the strength of a specific page in terms of SEO, and it's all calculated based on backlinks. So if you are in your Ahrefs account and you put a domain in here, you click the search bar, you're going to see this overview page here. That's going to have the backlink profile up top here. And then that section is going to show us the DR and the UR. And the DR is the domain rating. And so that's the backlink. It's assessing the backlink profile of the entire website, right? So we're looking at bestbuy.com. It has a pretty high domain rating. But in terms of home pages, so when we just type in this blank URL here, it's just going to look at the home page. And so Best Buy's homepage is not nearly as powerful ranking-wise as their website on a whole. Which I guess could make sense. Not a lot of people go to the Best Buy homepage. Most people go to the shopping pages because it's an e-commerce website. Whereas something like Google, really people just only go to google.com, right? So Google's homepage is going to be basically the same as its entire domain because most people just link to Google. You don't really link to Google / awesome tools or whatever. So these two are going to fluctuate, and this actually changed recently. They rolled out a new way of calculating the URL rating, which if you click on this learn more thing, you'll be able to read all about how they've switched it up. So it used to be in this old format here, now it's in this new format, and these numbers have changed. Although they've sunset this legacy version, so you don't really see it anymore. So you'll only really see this new version. But I thought there was an interesting little section in here where they're talking about how nobody really knows the PageRank formula by, Google is the only one that knows the formula itself, but the UR rating is based off the PageRank principles, and it correlates with Google's rankings to near perfectly gauge your page link profile strength. So it's not a perfect tool, but it is going to give you a pretty good sense of how a specific page is going to rank, right? And if you dig into some of these ranking pages in their website, we could begin to break down, more specifically. Oh, that's an actual store. Let's look at this video game here. So if we put in a URL itself, maybe take out the tracking parameter. So here's a better example where you can see the domain rating didn't change. So it's still at 89, but the UR rating, or the URL rating for this page is only 5. It doesn't have a whole lot of backlinks. So this specific page, PlayStation 5, is doing all right, but it's not nearly anywhere close to like the authority that their homepage has. So if they were trying to rank this page, they're only going to be able to rank for keywords that are, lower in difficulty to rank for. Whereas their homepage could potentially rank for, much more difficult terms. Although I just noticed that this switched from 39 to 51. I think maybe what happened was So you also have to be conscious of the fact that www is going to be a slightly different page than the non-www. So it looks like this is what they use by default, the www version, which is why this URL is actually higher ranked. So just an interesting little tidbit there. You want to make sure you're consistently using the same version of your website everywhere, because the WW will gain different authority than the non-WW version of your site. But either way, I hope you found this video helpful. If there's anything you did have questions about in terms of the Ahrefs URL rating or anything of that nature, don't hesitate to reach out. You can just drop your questions in the comments section down below, and I'll be sure to get back to them there. If you're like most new business owners, you're probably struggling to get your online presence established, let alone get it to the point where it's bringing you a consistent flow of customers, right? So that's why I created this free course where I actually walk you step by step through the whole process of setting up your online presence. This is the same process we've been using for our clients for over a decade at one of my agencies. And essentially, I'm going to show you how to set up an SEO-friendly business name right from the get-go, how to develop your website really quickly and easily, how to set up your Google Maps listing, start getting some Google reviews, everything you need in order to have a substantial online presence where people can actually start finding you and purchasing your products or services. The best part is I'm going to show you how to do it in under a couple of hours, and all for less than 50 bucks. If you're interested, I'll leave a link below where you can get signed up today. Make sure to check this course out for free right now because I'm probably going to start charging for this at some point in the future. All right, I'll see you on the other side.